Okay. Um,
All right, I just
we
started recording it. Cool.
perfect. That works out
Stop, pause.
really
Okay,
well.
cool.
Uh,
How you been?
Life has been not great, but I'm getting better.
I'm involved with a new startup. I probably haven't told you about that.
No, what's that?
The new startup is this. When you go to an event or your birthday party or a concert, I was brought in to as a co-founder, but people are taking videos and pictures. And so
Yeah.
we've created a platform in the cloud where people who are going to an event can upload all their videos and photographs coming from all these different sources. And then what we do is we cut and splice the best of those videos and create a single one for you automatically. It's all done in minutes.
Wow.
And so, you can choose, and we use AI. The company's called Evolve Media AI. We use facial object and action recognition based on, okay, I want all the videos of me with my face in it, or someone kicking a soccer ball, or whatever it may be. And we have a patent on it now.
Awesome. Good for
Yeah.
you, Mark. That's brilliant.
I'm
That's
always
really
into
brilliant.
something.
Yes, you are. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot I had the the cupcakes in the oven. Oh, shit.
Okay.
I knew something was smelling good. Hold on. Hold on. I'll get them right out and then we'll get going.
What time do we typically start, John? Cupcakes in the oven. That's awesome.
Okay.
How
And
long are
this
we
is
going for, roughly?
I don't have another guest until 11, so I booked a lot of time for us.
Oh, cool. All right. Awesome.
Okay. Because there's so much to talk about. Okay, here we go. Three, two, one. And welcome. It is Frankie Boyer. And joining me, a longtime friend. I just absolutely love what Mark Lewis did a few years ago with his book. He really and truly wants to make a difference in this world. And we all say we want to make a difference, but Mark Lewis is putting his mouth to where it really does make a difference. And he's taken the action. Mark Lewis, welcome back. It has been much too long. Business coach and president of Communique
Correct. Yes.
and keynote speaker, number one Amazon bestselling author. When did you realize that you needed to be living a different path? And tell us a little bit about the first book that got it all started. And the book was
Well,
called
yeah,
Give a Damn.
thanks for having me, Frankie. It's great to be with you again. If you told me like 10 years ago I was going to write a book, I would have said, absolutely crazy. I'm not a writer. I'm a business guy. I enjoy helping people. But what I saw in the marketplace was disturbing, and all these things and people having this self-centered attitude and not doing the right things, simple stuff that you would normally do. So I decided I was going to dictate everything that I saw, put it on in a dictaphone. And next thing I know, and then I transcribe it into words. And next thing I had 60 pages of typewritten text. And so I'm going to write a book about this. And so I did some research and investigating of what's causing us to be more of a self-directed, self-serving, what's in it for me society, and how it's transitioned over the last 40, 50 years. And I just didn't like it. So I put all this information down into my book and wrote the book. And I decided that it was something that we needed. They say people who are crazy enough to crazy enough to change the world are usually the ones who do. Maybe I can be that person. Maybe I can be like Elon Musk or Bill Gates. I dream hard and I dream big. And so I'm trying to make a difference. And if I can just make a difference in one person's life who could make another difference into somebody else's life, that was the basis behind the whole thing. And that's why I wrote the book, Give a Damn, The Ticket to Cultural Change.
Mark, I've noticed, and I don't know, I've noticed on the road, I've noticed in life, people, you let them go, they're not waving or saying thank you. You hold a door and it's like, yeah, it's like, what happened to thank you?
Right.
Have we really lost civility?
Well, I think it's ingrained into the human nature. I think we're just not being taught like we were when we were growing up. We had the morals and the respect, and I think because of the multiple things that are going in today's society, especially in technology, when you think about technology, technology has been great for the dissemination of information. However, technology has lost the face-to-face personal interaction that we have. And I think people are just don't understand what kind of effect technology has, the government has had, religion, all these things that add up to keep people not thinking about what it means to be a good citizen and what it means to help other peoples and how much that can help you. And so I just got fed up with what I'm saying, what I was seeing, and I'm trying to make a difference both in the business culture and in today's society. And you're right. Look, I do a presentation, a motivational speech on this, and I go to corporations that I talk about, and I ask this question: what three words are missing in today's society? And a lot of people can't answer that question, and the answer is thank you, please, excuse me, and you're welcome.
Yeah. It, you know, we've been having a conversation about AI and kids and the importance of or not importance of cell phones. There's two different ways of thinking. I am disturbed about the amount of time that we are on our devices. I am guilty, but I do use it for work. I use it as a timer. I use it for guests. I use it, I'm constantly using the phone. But I'm just so concerned of how we are becoming self-centered because of it. That's just my observation.
Well, you're absolutely right. And we're all engaged in a single entity, and that single entity is ourselves. And that's where society, I think, has gone wrong. We don't interact. When we were kids, we went out and kicked the can. We used to play softball together. We used to integrate with other kids socially. Sometimes it was good, sometimes it was bad, but we don't have that interaction. And that's what the video game technology today is doing. The interest of all these apps that are being ingrained, where that person is just glued, single-centered to a single device without actually interacting with other people. So it's been great, when you look at the internet's been great. It allows parents, grandparents to interact with kids. It has all that information, but we're lost sight of the quality of communications versus the quantity of communications. And that quality is where I think has degraded the society today.
I remember it would be a very hot summer night, very warm night. We lived right down the street from the beach, and we could go for midnight swims, and we would come back, and there would be a penny, and we would put it on the crack on the sidewalk, and you would stand on one side and someone on the other, and we'd hit the ball to see if we could turn over the penny. I mean, that was the game that we played.
Right.
I don't know what it was called. I think it was just called Hit the Penny. I don't know. I can't remember if there was a name to it. But it was so fun.
The reason it was so fun is because you're doing with other people that social interconnection connection that you have when you were growing up. That was part of the fun thing. When people, I think most of the crime today is based on people, well, especially youngs. All these shootings in these schools is because they have no social interaction. Confined. They're not loved. They're not appreciated. And that's the problem. We need to interact with kids at a very early age. Now, I always wanted to write a follow-on book, which my wife and I have done to the Give It Am. It's very difficult to change a personal habit the older you are, but if we can engage these kids at a very early age to teach them about what it means to be kind, what it means to have
I
respect, all that
absolutely,
stuff.
but I want to go back to what you said because I don't think we could
Okay.
make a general blanket statement that the kids that all did the shootings, because some of them did come from loving homes. I think the problem is there's a disconnect. I think the problem is that what we don't think as being traumatic or an incident becomes an incident early on. And we don't realize in a child's mind what they're thinking
Right.
and how they are absorbing what's happening. So I think it's a combination of a lot of things.
I agree with you, and I think part of that combination is I remember my mom was at home. She helped bring us up. Now we have both the mom and the dad out working in the environment. They come home, and the kids on technology. There's not that social interaction between the mom and the dad. Excuse me, hold on. Between the mom and the dad, and having the dad and the mom involved like my mom parents were at kids at a very early age. These major events that happen are not just one-off. They don't just happen randomly. It's a combination of things that lead up to something that gets blown out. And I don't think the parents, in terms of the love and support that they show, is as great as it was when we were growing up.
Let me just tell you something. Your book, Give a Damn, what was the reaction to that book when you first wrote it?
Everybody pretty much says, yes, I agree. What you're talking about in this book is exactly the way it should happen. But I think there are three things that happen that cause people not to be part of Give a Damn society. One is some people are just ego driven. They just want to step over everybody. They don't care about anybody else. But the other two factors are people are just going out and doing things and not aware of what their actions are having on people, and that's an issue. And then the third one would be people just they're not aware, but they're aware of what they're doing, but they don't know how to change. And so my whole book was, okay, how do we change what you're doing to have an impact on other people's lives? Not just yours, but when you have an other impact in other people's life, it impacts your life. And there's several things that are going on in this book that says if you're kind, you're impacting your life because you're actually going to feel better. If you do volunteer work and help other people, it makes you feel good. All these things that you do for other
All right, well,
people makes you feel good.
let's continue this. We need this
Okay.
conversation. Mark, give us the best website real quick as we go to break.
The best website is go to giveadamnbook.com is where you can order. It's actually my main website, but that's a great starting point.
All right. We'll be right back. Stay tuned, Frankie Boyer. 321. And welcome back. It is Frankie Boyer with Mark Lewis. Give a Damn is his book, the first book that came out. And you wanted to do this book because you were tired of what?
I was tired of what I saw and what people were doing, that I think they know what they were doing, but they justified in their mind that what they were doing was right, even though it was wrong. Perfect example.
Yes.
When you see the people driving down the highway and they throw garbage out in the street.
Oh
They
my
go,
God. I just can't believe
I
people
know
still do that.
that. I know. So, and the thought process is, well, they have employees that can pick it up, so it doesn't make a difference, right? So that they're justifying that they can throw out the window because they say they have employees that can pick up that garbage anyway. But the thought process is, if you're in the middle of your living room and you finish eating, would you throw that garbage right in the middle of your living room? Yeah,
No, of
absolutely
course
not.
not.
You wouldn't do that. You throw it out because you can internally know that it's going to affect you, and therefore you don't throw it in the middle of your living room. So that's the thing. When we can internalize something that affects us, we do something about it. But when we get outside our own domain, that's where people run into a problem with excuses that they provide in doing something that they know they shouldn't do.
Uh, I also think that people do not, I don't know, we look at the imperfections that we have. And I think that you're right. My mother would scream at me, stand up straight, stand up straight, look at your posture. This is, are we getting those messages? Are we getting stand up straight, um, help elderly? Are we getting those messages today?
Well, no, I don't think we're getting those messages like we did 20, 30 years ago. And I think the biggest problem that people have is how they communicate with other people. So your mom would have said, if you in a stand up straight, that's a direct message. If your mom certainly said, hey, if you had a better posture, you're going to feel better over long. So I would recommend that when you're sitting, to stand up straight because it'll help you long term in life. And having bad posture might have aches and pains. So we don't communicate like we should in that particular scenario. So that's a big deal in communications and what's happened in today's society. We don't communicate very properly with other people. We put people on the defensive.
Mark, when the book first came out, Give a Damn, did people get annoyed with you for the title?
Well, it's funny you ask that question. Most people did not get annoyed except my twin sister. She said, well, I think that's pretty harsh. And you should probably have something like, share your love. I said, well, I'm trying to get people's attention. And so here's another factor. I went to my first book launch, and I had a grandfather with a 10-year-old child come up to me and say, Give a Damn is pretty harsh. How did you come up with the Give a Damn, and why did you do that? I said, well, two reasons. One, I asked God if this was going to be offensive to people, and He told me that no, it's not going to be offensive because you're using it in a powerful way to get a message across. You're not doing it in a vulgar way. Then I asked my deceased mom about, Mom, what do you think about this? And she said, no, I think this is the message I got. Okay. No, I don't think it's a problem because your whole initiative is to get people's attention, to think about what they need to do to be a better citizen, and how can they go out to be a better citizen. And this is an emphasis point for doing it. So I really didn't have any pushback at all about the phrase "give a damn."
You covered a subject years ago about churches across the country that came together to pay off medical debt. Explain to us how this give a damn philosophy is so critical and important today.
The reason why this is such a big deal for me is to improve somebody's life and to help them live longer. Now, think about that. To improve your life and have a better quality life and to live longer. Like, here's an example. Then there's studies about that. And I talk a little bit, I don't make a big emphasis on religion, but Ohio State did a study about people who are religious and who are not. And they found out that people who are more religious actually live 4 years longer than people who are not. Now, why is that the case? I think it's because people have something they can go to that may comfort them. And I asked this question, do you know what the greatest disease in life is? I asked this in my presentations, and everybody says heart disease, diabetes. They said no, it's stress. Stress leads to a lot of different health ailments. And if you can reduce stress, then you're going to live a better life and you're going to have a quality of life and you're going to be more healthy. So, how do we reduce stress? Well, something like a mentor or God or somebody that you can rely on and you can attach yourself to, they can help you. Or it could be volunteering. People who volunteer actually live longer. You know why? Because you're giving of yourself and you're getting something in return and it feels good. When you're kind and when you smile, it has an effect on the body. And I've done a lot of research on this. If I can help you reduce stress by you becoming a give a damn person, by implementing the give a damn philosophy, you're going to have a better life. You're going to have a quality life, but you can't expect anything in return. When you give, you can't expect it in return. It's just going to come back to you. That's my whole emphasis on the give a damn philosophy.
I think it's a great philosophy. I really do. And now that you've done this book, tell me, what are you up to these days? We will be talking about that in just a moment. But before we go into the new phase and the new book, tell me how little things make a difference and what you want us during this time in life, how some of the little things are so profound.
Well, it just comes down to being aware of what you're doing and the little things that can make a difference in people's lives. For instance, here's a little thing. I go to the grocery store and the grocery clerk checking me out, she goes, "How you doing?" And I go, "Terrific." Whoa, she backs out and she goes, "Whoa." But she has a smile on her face and I use her name, right? So I said, "Carol, I'm terrific." And she feels good. And I said, "You're doing a great job with this. I know sometimes it can be tough, but I want to thank you for taking care of me." And man, how many times have you ever had anybody like that compliment you? I'm big on the attitude of gratitude. When you can appreciate, and I do this in business all the time, little things. Like, for instance, this year we're sending out Christmas cards to all our friends. You know what we're doing? We're including a $2 scratch off in every one of our Christmas cards. As a real
Oh, I
thank
love it.
you. Who thinks of that, right? So you have
Yeah.
to go out of your way to appreciate people. That is such a big deal in today's society, in today's business, and people do not do it enough. And that's the little thing that I do is just thanking people for what they do and what they're going through and consoling them or whatever it may be.
I love what you're doing. We have to get ready for a break,
Sure.
and we'll be right back. Mark Lewis is here. Giveadamn.com.
Giveadamnbook.com.
Giveadamnbook.com. Stay tuned. Three, two, one. And welcome back. It is Frankie Boyer, and Mark Lewis is our guest. Give a damn. He's an author, he's a keynote speaker, business consultant. He's done it all. And Mark, there's a friend of mine that is a cross guard in the morning. Now, there are three cross guards that they have on each corner of the main street because it's
Right.
very busy. There's delivery trucks, the kids, the buses, and the school is right down the street. And this woman has a smile on her face. Good morning. How are you, Mark? And she, happy birthday, Kelly. And she goes and she knows everything about these kids. She has learned everything about the parents. She has the biggest smile. She crosses with them. They give her high five. It is just magical. Now, the other two guards are are not doing that.
Right.
They are absolutely not doing that.
I'm telling you, that makes a big difference, not only in her life, but the lives she affects in other people. It's huge. And when you have more and more of those people, it makes you feel good it makes them feel good. And the fact that she's being appreciated by it, look, I'm telling you, when you smile or when you do something good and you don't know this, your body is affected by it. When you do something negative and something, your body is affected by it. We just don't know it internally. And if you do it over and over and over again, negativity, it causes stress and you're going to have ailments. I'm trying to take people away from having those ailments by being positive. She's positive, no negativity. Who wants to be around a negative person? We all want to be around the positive people. So when you go see that guard, you're happy. She's happy. It's you want to
Right.
go see her because you want to be around those people.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
we need, more and more of those type of guards in today's society. And we're not seeing as much as we did 40, 50 years ago.
No, we're not. Tell us about the new project and what led you to um, the newest piece of joy that you have in your life with that you're doing with your
So,
wife.
Frankie, I've always thought that I needed to write books that could teach kids at a very early age to give a damn philosophy. Now, that's an adult version. Obviously, you can't use damn in front of kids because they think it's a negative thing. So, what could I do to provide initiatives and writings for kids 3 to 8 years old so they can get this give a damn philosophy, quote unquote? I wanted to do a book called Give a Hoot or Give a Darn, but my wife and I decided that we were going to put our heads together because she's a children's book writer. She's got a gifted education. And we decided we were going to get together and create a book that could get that message across. So we came up with Camilla Makes a Splash. And that is, Camilla is surrounding about a cuttlefish. Most people don't know what a cuttlefish is. It's Cuttle, not Cudd. We like cuddle because cuddle, arms around, hugging is kind of the thing. So what we decided to do is create the first book called Camilla Learns to Shine. And that's our first book in a series of 8 additional books. A cuttlefish has 8 arms and two tentacles. So we wanted to create a book for each arm and tentacle. And this was the first one. And it's based on Camilla, who has a mom, and her mom gives birth to all these cuttlefish. They all leave, but one. One doesn't leave because she doesn't like the way she looks. She's skinnier, slimmer than most, and she wants to stay around behind to help her mom. Her mom convinced her that she has great qualities to go out in the ocean and help all these other creatures with different things that she has qualities, like lighting up so plankton can eat and that kind of thing. So at the end of the day, Camilla goes out. She's very happy that she's helped all these people. And her mother says, despite who you are, despite how you look, you have these great qualities. At the end of the day, you can make a difference in people's lives. And that's the theme behind the whole story. Kindness, caring, going out, making difference in other people's lives, making them happy, made her happy, and made everybody else happy. And that's the basis. So that's our first in a series of multiple books.
I love it. I love it. Okay, I have to stop 5 minutes in. John, I will Mark, I obviously screwed up a little bit and I have other people. Can you come on um at probably 10:45 or 10:50, come back and just finish the interview? It would be
Sure, I have
another
it like at
seven.
12:30 or
All
11:30
right.
times. Yeah, so I can do that. Okay.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Hi
Okay.
guys. Um,
Hey Frankie, Sam here.
hey, who's this? Tell me who you
So
are.
this
Oh,
I'm
you
I'm,
did.
I'm Sam, and you know me, and you're going to be speaking with Armand Jordan. He is from OnStar, talking about Follow Santa, how you can push a button and talk to Santa, and follow him on
Hi,
his journey
Amon.
this year. Yeah,
And is Anna with you? Anna. Anna, who are you
Hello.
with?
I'm with General Motors. I'm accompanying Armand. I'm just with the communications team, so I will be
Okay, okay.
off
And
camera.
Sam, you are recording this, please, because we can't.
yeah. Give
This
me one
goes just
second. Just
yeah, this is gonna
I'll
give
get
me
off,
permission to
right?
record.
I should get off.
if you want to wait a few minutes, we can.
Okay,
You
either
can.
way. That's fine. I'll put it on mute.
Okay, perfect. All right. Three, two, one. And this will be this will be a segment 2, John. 3, 2, 1. And welcome back. It is Frankie Boyer. Joining me today is Amand Jordan, OnStar Brand Assistant Manager, and he has some very exciting news for all of you today because he's going to help you find Santa and follow Santa. Aman, you're like the key person. How are you?
Hi, Frankie. How are you? Happy holidays.
Yes. Okay, so we have the holiday magic. Tell us what
We do,
OnStar is
we
doing
do.
in this technology, because this sounds absolutely fabulous.
Yes, yes, Frankie. Yeah, thank you for having us. This is one of our favorite campaigns throughout the year, and our members get truly invested in this campaign. And a lot of our members, they have made this a tradition throughout the year. So we're happy to be kicking this off for another year here. So this is our Follow Santa campaign. If you drive a Chevy, Buick, GMC, or Cadillac, just press your blue button and you'll get a lot of fun things to see what Santa's up to. So from today until the 23rd, our advisors will let you know if he's doing anything fun, such as preparing cookies or getting all the presents
Oh my
ready for the
gosh.
big day. And if you're extra special, they'll even connect you to the big man himself. So
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
So
And
so
on the
wait a
20,
minute. So
yes,
you push the blue OnStar button.
yes,
Okay. So the families with Cadillacs and Chevys, GMC, Buick vehicles equipped with an active OnStar plan
exactly.
can push this OnStar button and speak to an OnStar advisor to ask what Santa is up to and follow him on his trip on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So before then, from the 16th to the 23rd, they'll give you lots of fun tidbits of what he's doing and what the elves are doing to get ready for the big day. And on the 24th, you can press your blue button and they will tell you exactly where he is on his journey. So whether he's in Germany or Brisbane or in London, they'll let you know which parts, what city, so you can follow his journey. As well as if you have an OnStar Guardian app, you can actually see the little hat move on the map itself. So that's very exciting as well.
Oh, so you can actually find Santa yourself.
Yeah, yeah. So if you download the OnStar Guardian app, you'll see that little Santa hat move across the globe and you can see his journey happen, which is really fun.
And can kids call Chris Kringle himself, Santa?
Yes, yes, yes. They can call him and they can speak with him, which is really fun. So, from today into the 23rd, our advisors will connect you to connect with Santa, and you can find out if you're on the good list or the naughty list, and he may even tell you a fun story as
Hello.
well.
That's awesome. That is so awesome. Now, let me ask you another question because I heard that OnStar and GM will contribute $1 to the American Red Cross.
Yes, Frankie, you are correct. So OnStar and GM will give $1 to the American Red Cross every time someone presses their blue button or follows them on the OnStar Guardian app. And we're so happy about this partnership as we work with the American Red Cross all year long on a lot of disaster relief efforts. So this is really special to us to really give back to them.
I just think this is a win-win for everybody. I really am loving this. So again, families can connect to Santa Claus this Christmas, but you have to have the OnStar technology so you can push the blue OnStar button. Families with Cadillac, Chevrolet, GM, GMCs, Buick vehicles equipped with an active OnStar plan can push the blue OnStar button and speak to an OnStar advisor to ask what Santa is up to, follow him on his trip Christmas Eve, and then children can connect directly with Santa through an OnStar advisor to ensure they're on the nice list. Oh my goodness. Yes,
Yes,
that
yes.
nice list.
And you know what? It's one of those little sparks of magic that we all need this time of
Oh
year.
my
Whether
gosh,
we're
do we
running our
ever?
crazy errands, getting those last minute Christmas gifts, or just going to our relatives' homes, to settle the kids a little bit and give them a little bit of spark of magic. You can just press that blue button and we're here for you.
I think this is such a cool thing. I really do. And I what I love about it is that GM and OnStar are going to contribute $1 to the American Red Cross. Who doesn't love that? That's like spectacular that you guys are
Yes, yes.
partnering. That part is the no-brainer. But more importantly, it's so nice to see the true meaning of allowing our children to dream and to
Yes.
see and to experience all of that because we all need that magic in our lives. We do, as you were saying, Ahmad, we need that magic. We need to continue to hear and see, and that's what this holiday is about. And hope.
hmm You said it best there, Frankie. And so I have a 2-year-old, and this is our first year connecting with Santa, and really
Oh,
he's learning all
yes.
about him. He will say ho ho
Yes.
ho when he sees them. So he is going to be so ecstatic when we press that blue button, and his way that he can talk with him and see where he is on the
So,
journey, and just seeing
yeah,
that
I love
magic through
that.
a kid's
I
eyes. Just
love that. I love
yeah,
that.
it
I
makes it so
just
much fun.
I just saw two little kids at the we had this huge Santa came a little bit early in my neighborhood in the North End by helicopter. He comes every year by helicopter.
Oh, that is awesome.
And then the Shriners have their parade. And I just saw the cutest two little boys, and they were just so excited and they were running around saying, we've been so good this year.
Listen, it's been a long year for
We've been
everyone. So
so good.
yeah, so listen, we want all the credit for all of our good deeds we've done all year.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So this is just such a great campaign. How can people find out more? Give us all the great information, please.
Yes, yes, yes. Like I said, so press the blue OnStar button or download the OnStar Guardian app. You'll definitely be connected with the magic. If you want to hear more about it or get a little bit more information, just go to OnStar.com and search Follow Santa and you'll be connected.
I love that you guys are doing this. Thank you so much for being with us today and sharing the joy of this holiday. And how cool is that, huh? How
Yes,
cool you
yes.
can
It
all
is.
see where Santa is in the sky. I think it's just very cool. Thanks for being with us. And thank all of you. This has been another edition of the Frankie Boyer Show. Thanks for listening. Make it a great day. And as always, smile. Thank you.
Thanks, Frankie.
Thank you, Frankie.
Take care, everybody.
You too.
You too.
Okay, so Mark, we can get back to our interview now. And so
Okay.
John, that was a number 4. It was a segment 4. And we are 5 minutes into our segment 3 with Mark Lewis. Okay. And so Mark, this is a really important project for you, isn't it, this book?
Well, it is. And the reason being is because the way to really change society over years, several years, you have to start at a very early age. And it's going to take 20, 30 years probably to get this to flush it all out. So if you can teach kids at an early age everything that the give a damn philosophy means and give it to them in a kid type format, and they get the message and it becomes an aha moment for them. So I want all these kids to have an aha moment. They don't realize it, but have an aha moment will allow them to be better citizens, but also give them a great quality of life over the years. And that's the main mission.
I love that mission. I love that mission. So this is going to be many books?
Yeah, this is our first of 8 additional books. You remember, a cuttlefish has 8 arms and 2 tentacles, and each arm, and my wife's the creative. It's a rhyming book. It's 34 pages. She's the creative. This is a creative nonfiction story, which means not only do you have a story of cuttlefish going out into the world and making a difference, But when you read the story, there are facts about a cuttlefish that are part of the story. So, for instance, there's shells that throughout the story. Did you know a cuttlefish has 3 hearts? Did you know the cuttlefish has 3 brains and they feed through their brain? That's how they eat. And there's other many facts that the kids now can learn about a cuttlefish in addition to learning about how a cuttlefish can make a difference in other people's lives. So that's the whole basis behind it. So each segment, each additional book will focus on a particular word like kindness, respect, accountability, those kind of things. And we've got all that mapped out. Now she just has to finish writing them. Yeah.
Mark, who are the books geared for? What's the age?
They're geared for kids 3 years old to 8 years old. And actually, adults. It's funny. We sent this book to an adult, and he goes, "Man, I enjoyed reading the book not only to my grandchild, but I learned a lot about a cuttlefish I didn't even know about, and that was pretty cool." So the adults can learn at the same time that the kids learn, and the adults can learn about making a difference at the same time the kids learn. So it's a really double whammy.
Do you have the second book already? The idea already launched?
We have it mapped out. We have to get our publisher. My wife's got, and I don't have it in front of me. We got 10 items there that we've already mapped out. I don't know what the second book is. She's picking one of those additional 8s. We haven't done that yet.
And how are you feeling about teaching kids to give a damn?
I think look, I'm not going to be around enough and long enough to see what kind of impact it is. We want to sell 1 million books. I just know that if you can change society, you have to change it at a very early age. You have to give them things that they can think about that can make a difference in their lives that they're not necessarily getting in any way, shape, or format in today's world. And that's the message. If you can keep honing in on it and giving them some kind of initiative that allows them to be an effective, quality character citizens, and you teach it at a very early age, it should carry forward to when they're a teenager and when they're an adult.
I think you're making tremendous sense, because we as Americans, the generational thing is missing today. You grew up and Nana was across the street or down the road, or the aunts and the uncles came every single week. Sunday dinner was huge and magnificent, and the laughter and the fighting and the learning how to fight and all of those things that are missing today. Our world is 24/7. We are living in a time where timeouts are far and few between. People are stressed to the max. People are emotional. It just goes on and on and on.
Yeah. Look, I will tell you, Frankie, that when I started this mission, I didn't realize that I was not a full give a damn person. I was doing things that I wasn't aware of. And I didn't know that until after I started writing the book. I wrote the book because I wanted to make a difference, but I didn't realize.
And you are making, yeah.
But,
and Mark, we're almost out of time. Give this the best website, how people can find the new children's book and Give a Damn book and all of the different things that you're into.
Yeah, my wife is the main author, Dr. Elizabeth Connell Lewis. You can find the book, Camilla Learns to Shine, on Amazon, but you can go to our main website, CamillaMakesASplash.com, and you can order multiple books there or go on to Amazon. We'll sign them.
Wonderful.
Too.
Thank you so much, Mark Lewis. You are making a difference in this world. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So
we'll be back in a moment. Stay tuned.
Here. Thank
Frankie
you.
Boyer. We'll be right back. That was great. Okay, so we finished the interview. It was good, and we're good to go.
Okay. And are you going to have like a final output? I know you got to do some cut and splicing, right?
Yeah, John will.
I
It's
yeah,
gonna
I,
just
I extract the audio from the video and then I just put it into Adobe and I'll make it. It'll be seamless.
Okay. Can
Yep,
you
this will
send
air on
that
the
to me
radio.
or a link to Google Docs and I can download it or
no,
what?
no,
No.
no. You recorded it.
I'll
That's
send
it.
you an MP3. I mean, I don't.
That's perfect.
I
Okay.
typically don't do that, but I will do it. For
Yeah,
you.
this is good because I want to put it on my YouTube. And I'm going to do shorts. I'm going to do cuts and pieces on this.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
And if he can't, please understand he's
I
so
know.
stressed. He's so stressed. And to be honest, it's just been a really rough few months for the recordings and everything. So we're
Okay.
really behind.
Okay.
But the good news is that it will air
Gotcha.
on many stations. Okay.
Cool. I love it. Yeah, appreciate it.
Okay, I'll be in touch. Take care, Mark.
Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Frankie, are we done?
No, we have one more at
One
11.
more. Okay.
And then she'll be a